Welcome to your stream, everybody. We're working on it, and we are in the house. AFC Eastie boys coming at you with the AFC Eastie cap, week 1, season 1, episode 1. This is where we're going to come at you every Monday. We're going to recap the weekend games. We're going to get you ready for the Monday night game. We're going to recap some fantasy football, our predictions, and we'll also present to you our week 2 predictions. So, first off, it was some pretty good football for week 1.
Holy crap. Some of these games just had literally me on edge. The Bengals coming up with a big loss against the Patriots, shocking so many people.
Who would've
so many
thought,
people.
right?
Nobody saw that coming. What a spectacular game it was for New England. They had Stevenson, right? Played a phenomenal game. Man had more running yards than the entire Bengals team.
No, you can definitely tell that the loss of Joe Mixon over there in Cincinnati was definitely rough, and you can tell that losing Joe Mixon was rough because he went over to Houston and did his thing over there, just like I thought he would. So those of you that drafted him really late, I told you you're going to get good value for him going through the season. No worries.
Absolutely.
No worries there.
Joe Mixon tore it up down there in Houston. Him and C.J. Stroud linked up on a couple of passes too. I saw it was just a phenomenal game to watch.
Yes, as you guys can tell, I was down south at the Miami Dolphin game, so I'm a little scratchy right now. So just bear with me. It's going to be like this every show after a home game. Just know that.
More than likely.
Just know that. Anyways, so the first game to open the season, the Baltimore-Kansas City game, it was an exciting game. It was good play on both sides of the field, mostly from Kansas City, obviously. They did really well of disrupting Lamar Jackson, shutting down Derrick Henry.
Keeping him on his toes for
sure.
sure.
Their defense looked really good. Of course, the offense looked fantastic. That little jet sweep to Xavier Worthy for the touchdown, that was just, remarkable. And if they have more of that in store for us, just Godspeed to everybody else in the NFL.
We all knew the Chiefs were going to come out swinging. Super Bowl champions 2 years running. They're trying for a three-peat.
They might get it.
Against Baltimore's defense, which used to feature Ray Lewis back in the day, you'd think it would be a little bit better than that, but I guess they were just crumbling behind the Chiefs.
I mean, Lamar Jackson, he did a horrible job. He went back to, year 2. He looked like his year 2 self. If he didn't run the ball over 100 yards, he would have been garbage for fantasy football. Because he was sailing that ball over people's heads.
I definitely saw a lot of overthrows in that game that I was not expecting to see. You'd figure he'd be a little more on target, more accurate with his throws, especially knowing that they were trailing in most of the game.
Most of the game, for sure. And then we'll go to the Friday game between Philadelphia Eagles and Green Bay Packers, and that was a good game.
Crap.
Obviously, they got some issues with their field going on. You could tell in the beginning of the game, people were
slipping and falling
a lot. But they ended up figuring it out and getting their footing through the game. But imagine if it was perfect through the whole game and nobody slipped. There was a couple times Love slipped. I saw a time where Josh Jacobs slipped. Saquon Barkley on his first play, he slipped. I remember that.
That game was an out of control kind of it was like a shootout till the end. Literally the last 2 minutes of the game, everyone thought, hey, Green Bay can still come back and win this. All they got to do is get a touchdown. They were able to stop the Eagles on that last drive and make it only a field goal, so it was a 6-point game. And when Love got hurt, it was all over but the crying for Green Bay. That happened, and they brought out that poor secondary QB, and he's like, I gotta win the game in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
What do you really expect from me, dude?
Yeah, it was over at that point. As soon as Jordan Love went down, the game was over. But I mean, we got to shout out Saquon Barkley.
Absolutely, amazing play.
He definitely did his job over there in Philadelphia. He's going to fill that role, and if they continue on this route, and they can keep they can keep it going, bro. Like I'm telling you, they're gonna be in the Super Bowl. They're definitely a contender right now.
Saquon reminded me of the likes of LT, LaDainian Tomlinson, back in the day. Just literally just running through people, running over. I seen him.
That catch in the end zone was fucking nice. I was like, dude, oh, he's out, but he was in. It was good.
Dude, speaking of out and in catches in the end zone, the end of that Baltimore game, yeah, that was a toe touch there. If they would have cut off the tip of his toe, he would have been in, and they would have been playing overtime.
Yeah, they definitely would have been. No, like a lot of people are saying that they would have went for the win.
They would have went for two.
They would have went for two. So they either would have won by a point, or they would have lost by a point. Is what a lot of people were saying.
Instead, they lost by 7 points.
Instead, they lost by 7 points. I was really hoping for that touchdown as well because I had Isaiah Likely. I have Isaiah Likely in one of my best ball leagues. And he put up 29 points without it, so if he would have had it...
the coach asked him if he was wearing the smallest shoes or if he was wearing a size larger that day.
You heard Patrick Mahomes afterwards, he did an interview or something, he was like, he should wear white shoes. Or that's why
wear white shoes. They don't see that toe standing on that line so much.
Blends in with that line. Yeah.
But either way, those were two amazing games to watch to open the season with.
Sure.
They were definitely fun, exciting games. The new kickoff rules were kind of bland at most, but at the same time, they made up for that in the Sunday games because some of those kickoff returns were pretty good.
I didn't really watch many games yesterday because obviously I was down at the Dolphin game. But I went through and looked at some games, and like one of the games that I'm interested in seeing like how it developed was the Chicago-Tennessee game.
Wow.
They came through. That was one of the picks that we got wrong. We went so far. The AFC Eastie boys are 11-4 with tonight's game to go. AFC Eastie boys have San Francisco for the pick. Goel is 11-4 with tonight to go with San Francisco for the pick, and Waffles is actually 12-3 at the moment because he picked Buffalo over Arizona. So that's the difference.
I didn't want to, but I had a feeling Arizona was not going to play well. They played extravagantly well,
so
considering.
That's the difference. So we'll let AFC Eastie boys and Goel is not changing their pick tonight. You're sitting at 12-3 right now. Do you want to change your pick for tonight, or do you want to stick with San Francisco?
Oh man, tough choices here. You know what? I think I'm gonna change my pick. I'm gonna go with the Jets, and we're gonna switch it up. I'll either relish in the victory or humbly tie. I think. Humbly tie.
Yeah, because they would put AFC Eastie boys at 12-4.
So
if the Jets win, they'll be 11-5.
We'll go for the big W.
And then he'll be 13-3 on the season. Let's see how it turns out. But we're going to present our Week 2 picks for you guys, but that's not going to be until the end of the show, so you guys are definitely going to have to stick around for that. We got plenty more weekend football to talk about. We had a good first week of fantasy football. We had quite a few people putting up over 100 points. I know my game's already won for the weekend, so no fret there. I do want to give a shout out to our highest scoring guy. Where's he at? Man, I don't know how to work this on the computer. I know how to move all around on my phone. Where do I see like the matchups, the weekly matchups?
Dun 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 dun.
Anyways, while I look for that,
I could bust it out real quick and see who's got it on the phone, but they won't be able to see it.
All right. Well, while he brings up all that and he gives our shout outs to our highest scoring person for the week, and gives some other shout outs so far, and gives some other shout outs for some top performing players, etc., etc. I'm going to show you guys why I was upset that we got rid of Van Ginkel and why we got rid of Van Ginkel. Very upset.
All right, so top player right now, it's a close one. Team Beast Mode, Stanley, you're doing good out there, bud. 138.84. I'm playing against you with half my roster tonight, so that could change. But at the moment, you're sitting at the highest scoring points of the league. Number 2 being Jones Locker with 137.82. Very close one on that one. And he's still got Brees Hall to play, so he's probably going to be one of the biggest scorers.
He's going to be up in the
for this week.
Probably like 160 range, 170 possibly.
So sorry about that, Stanley. Didn't mean to rev your engine a little early, but Jones is going to take you in the points complete for the night. But at the same time, you still might you could win against me this week. I got to get 100 points between Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, the New York defense, and Greg the Leg Zerloin. So it's possible. You got an 83% chance you're gonna win, but I don't like to believe in them probability odds until it's all said and done.
So this next video here is why I'm going to show you I'm not upset we got rid of Christian Wilkins. By the way, there was a fight that broke out at the Charger game yesterday. It was pretty...
Chargers in
wrong video.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
Wrong way. There we go.
Which game?
The Charger Raider game. Fucking fight broke out. Look at this. Boom, they throwing bows, they throwing fists.
Ow.
Like,
oh man.
Like, they ain't playing, bro. Christian Wilkins tackles.
Oh, somebody. Palmer just threw a punch in there, too.
Yeah, they're going to show a replay of that one. He comes in, he throws one of them, like, over their hand punches.
Looks like it got started between Palmer and whoever that number 1 was.
Yeah.
This kind of after the play scuffle shit shouldn't happen. It's just unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Emotions are running high out there on the field. You know, if somebody roughs you up your quarterback a little more than they're supposed to, you know, that next play they're getting a little elbow while they're on the ground. But throwing punches like this, that's just...
Yeah, I haven't looked into, like, who all got ejected.
You're risking breaking your own damn hand punching this dude wearing a fucking helmet on. Like, how smart is that?
Well,
like,
not only that, you get ejected from the game, you know, like, that's a big loss right there, Joshua Palmer.
Yeah, that's one of their top receivers for L.A.
Yeah, definitely not good choices, but fun to watch it for us.
Yeah, definitely entertaining,
definitely
to say the least.
Some good content right there, buddy. Definitely some good content right there, buddy. So let's get back to our weekly recap.
Which games do we want to start with?
All right, so the Arizona Buffalo game.
Arizona Buffalo.
Like I was more on the fence for Arizona. I don't think Arizona's great. Like they put up 28 points, and I don't want anybody to like be confused by that they put up 28 points. Same with the Saints. I don't want anybody to be confused with the fact that they put up 47 points because they played the Panthers. The Buffalo defense is like not as bad as the Panthers are, but they lost a lot of pieces, and I believe that's why Arizona scored the points they scored. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There was another game. Oh, the Chicago-Tennessee game we wanted to talk about. Not very impressed with Caleb Williams and his performance in that game. Like, they did not do very well. Like, Chicago literally won that game through defense. Basically, like, they got a interception for a touchdown. They got a punt block for a touchdown. And then just held, like, Tennessee came out hot. They scored pretty good. Tony Pollard looked good in their offense. He scored the first touchdown. He looked pretty good. But then the second half came and, like, they fizzled out, or Chicago just turned up the heat on their defense because they shut them out. And that's when, like, they scored a couple field goals and a couple defensive touchdowns for the win. All in all, like if it came down to where they got to play a team where their offense needs to win it, like defense ain't gonna win a game like that, like a shootout against a team like Kansas City or the Dolphins or even the Chargers, probably for that matter. The offense ain't gonna be good enough to win. Not with Caleb Williams looking like that.
He's definitely got to step up his game if he wants to perform at an NFL level. I can't discredit them. They did get the win, so
Takeaways that we did get from this
go
weekend.
Bears.
Go Bears. Takeaways that we did get from this weekend: the Giants and the Panthers do suck as bad as
Everyone thought they would. Yeah. No, I agree. That was the Giants fell apart. Daniel Jones out there looking like a fool.
Baker Mayfield did very well. If not for Josh Allen's performance to come back and basically carry his team to a win against Arizona, a bad Arizona team at that, I would say that Baker Mayfield is the top performing quarterback of the weekend. But since Josh Allen pretty much carried his team to a win, I got to give it to him. And I crown Josh Allen as so far the best quarterback of this weekend. I hope Brock Purdy or Aaron Rodgers can take that from him. But 4 touchdowns, 300 yards, it's going to be tough. Close to 300 yards. He didn't quite hit 300. He got pretty close. He only had 9 rushing yards with 2 rushing touchdowns.
Which is kind of surprising for Josh Allen, but that just means he stayed in the pocket and made his throws, did through his progressions and gained yards through the air rather than using his legs.
Right.
Even though he did get that touchdown.
Yeah, no, he got two on the ground.
Yeah,
for sure. He got 2 on the ground. But yeah, we're looking at it right now, and it's you can just see that there's holes in Bills' defense, especially on their line, on their front line, and in their secondary, and
a lot of the under the middle of the field plays with checkdowns, but the checkdowns were working for Kyler Murray and them. They were getting 5-7 yard chunks for most of the first half. That's why I feel that's why they were able to get down to the red zone and score, take that lead.
Boom. But yeah, so we predicted, if Baker Mayfield can stay on the trajectories he's going, that's going to be he's going to have a good season, and the Bucs are going to do very well based on their scheduling.
They got the Lions coming up in the next week, so still they got a lot to prove in my eyes. I've never been much of a Baker Mayfield fan. Even when he was with the Browns, he was everyone was all hype about him, and I don't see the hype. But we'll see. Maybe I'll eat my words. You never know.
What'd you think of the Cowboys-Browns game?
I didn't get to watch much of it, unfortunately. The highlights I did see were pretty good. I was surprised to see Ezekiel Elliott getting touchdowns. It's whoa, what's going to happen? Did we just go back 4 years and into the past?
Back to the future. Back to the future. I saw some kind of news today about Dak Prescott in a contract. I did not look into it or not, but
speculations. All speculations.
Yeah, I have not looked into it. Somebody out there wants to look into it for us, let us know. We don't care either way. But my takeaway from it is that the Browns are going to do just as shitty as I expected they're going to do.
Hold that thought.
Yeah, I think the Browns are going to do just as shitty as we expect them to do. Deshaun Watson's play was not great. Granted, Cowboys got a really good defense. They got a really good pass rush. They rush the passer, so they put a lot of heat on Deshaun Watson. But they don't have Nick Chubb at the moment, so their run game is suffering, so they don't have that to lean on, so they know that pretty much all you got to do is shut down Deshaun Watson, and you're good to go. The Houston Colts game was pretty good. Again, I didn't watch it, but I did see highlights of it. Obviously, I have Anthony Richardson and I have Michael Pittman Jr. on my fantasy league, and I have Alec Pierce on a couple. other fantasy leagues. So they did very well. Just like we predicted in the beginning of the season, they're not gonna win a lot of games. They're gonna perform well. They're just not gonna win. They're gonna win close games, just like this. They're the Minnesota Vikings of 2024, where they're gonna lose a lot of close games. And when they do win, they're gonna win by a lot. They're gonna blow out their opponent when they win, and they're going to lose by small margins when they lose.
Hey yo,
Hey, yo.
back in it. I took my shoes off. Is that smell? Yeah, that's that smell.
That's that smell. I need like a little overlay thing where it has like
The sticky
streaks
stuff coming up from. Sorry about that, guys. It's just my socks.
Smelly streaks.
I left the socks on because I'm not trying to knock him out.
Nah, my feet smell just as bad.
So where were we? We were talking about.
Well, while you were gone,
Dak.
we were talking about the Cowboys, and while you were gone, I was talking about how shitty Deshaun Watson is, and how the Cowboys defense pretty much shut him down.
Yeah. I mean, he's still out there trying to get too many massages. Apparently, he has not recovered. He has not financially recovered from that.
He hasn't played a full season in 3 years. Like he played a little bit last year, but he was injured again. And then 2 years before that, he didn't play. They tried to take him in Miami. I was so against it.
I don't blame you. I wouldn't want him there either.
Here we are 3 years later, and like I'm not eating my words like a lot of people told me I would be.
You gotta have a strict discipline down here in Miami, even when it comes to like the laws around.
Yeah, look at Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, he was caught speeding right before the game. Ended up in handcuffs, detained for about 20 minutes or something like that.
And then he got arrested again for speeding on the field.
And then speeding on the field with an 80-yard touchdown catch. They put him in handcuffs.
This guy.
I couldn't believe it.
This freaking guy, yeah.
When he did that celebration, I laughed so hard because I was like, is that a shot at the police for messing with him in the morning? Or is that just a smile at the camera because, everybody's watching? You know what I mean?
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody's watching. In handcuffs, on and off the field. That man is having the day of his life. How many other people can say they were in handcuffs at one point and then running a touchdown later that afternoon?
None.
Zero people can say that.
He got 7 receptions for 120 yards and 1 tutty. Most of that, of course, was on one big play.
One big 80-yard chunk. But
big play from Tua,
chunk plays work.
That's all, sometimes that's all it takes is one play.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are back in it. So.
He was able to skirt the sidelines and stay in bounds and just laugh as he went to the end zone. Luckily, he didn't turn around and give him the old peace sign.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would have thrown a flag on his ass.
Fucking guys. Fucking refs. Them zebras. Fuck them zebras.
They don't care.
So
they're not supposed to. They're unbiased. They're supposed to be unbiased.
So I also talked a little bit about the Texans and the Colts. Basically, how the Colts are they're gonna do very well, like from a fantasy standpoint.
Yes.
Performance-wise.
Richardson put up some good numbers for you.
Yeah, he did. They're going to do very well from a fantasy standpoint, but like I was saying, they're going to lose a lot of games, like a lot of close games. You know what I mean? Just like how they did yesterday. They lost by 2 points between the margins. They're going to be a bad team to bet on this year because them odds are not going to be in your favor than 3.5, like 3.5 points. Like you would have lost your money there. You would have lost your money. But when they do win, they're going to blow out their opponents. It's going to be like a 34 to 17 victory. Alright, so I guess I can quit stalling and I can get to the elephant in the room, right? With the fucking Miami Dolphins, like, squeaking out a win yesterday. Everybody's like, oh yeah, you guys did great. We won.
14 to nothing.
No, I was fucking there.
It was 14 to nothing at one point.
It was 14 to nothing at one point, and had Tyreek Hill not got that touchdown, like he wouldn't have won that game. Jason Sanders missed an easy 37-yard field goal. Tua, I don't know. what's up with him. Yes, he had the most yards passed yesterday, but his completion percentage was trash. And don't forget, 80 of those yards came from one play to Tyreek Hill. Take that away, and he's like in the bottom 10.
And to be fair, that was only really like a 40-yard throw, and a 40-yard run added on after.
Yeah, and
so.
I always have my Tua jersey on. I'm not taking anything away from the man. Like, we won the game, but our offense did not win the game. Mike McDaniel should have abandoned the run way before the second half way before the first half even ended. Like, they were stuffing our run. We couldn't run that ball for shit. Tua honestly has the most rushing yards yesterday up until the fourth quarter. And he was not on point. He was missing. I don't know if it was a matter of like the timing was off and like the receiver got like shoved at the line, but he was just not on point yesterday. He was missing passes that he should have made, and if he would have made those passes, he'd be well over 400. He would have been well over 400 yards, another touchdown. It would have been a 30 to 17 point game. I'd got to give the biggest fucking shout out to our defense for winning us that game yesterday, because it was our defense that won that game. It was our defense that shut them out in the fourth quarter, didn't let them
stop
the whole
them.
second
You guys
half.
had to stop them.
It was the whole second half we shut them out.
They were struggling with that first half up until they got 17, and then it was like, all right, no more points.
Yes, basically.
No more points.
Like, no more points. Our defense came out in that second half. They didn't allow a single more point. Like, hell, I think in the second half, like, their yards were under 100 yards. Like, they got under 100 yards in the second half and, like, 3 first downs. So
they were really putting in work to keep the offense in the game, to be fair.
For sure. And our offense did not perform, like, the way that expected to. So we definitely got some things to work on because we have a very short week. Granted, we get to stay home and I get to lose my voice even more. Thursday night. But it's gonna be brutal. It's definitely not gonna be as easy as I thought it was. If Josh Allen comes out and wants to carry the team again. Granted, our defense is way fucking better than Arizona's defense, and our offense is way fucking better than Arizona's offense. So hopefully it can be like how the Cardinals took advantage of the Bills and scored a lot of points. Tua can take advantage of the Bills, and we can just outscore them.
And then you just need your defense to hold up like they did, and
get one or two key stops.
Keep
put him
Josh
back
Allen
10 points,
on his heels
make him rely on having to pass, and then instead of being able to control the clock. Is it on? Oh, it's not.
Technical error right there. So, all right, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into Charlie Waffle's Week 2 picks.
Oh, hold on. I got to intro you to that.
Intro? There's an intro. I didn't realize we had highlights. Or had intros like that. We coming up in the world.
Yeah, give me some more. If I have some more time to do this stuff, I get it. Get it real nice for you guys.
All right. So week 2 is an exciting week. We got a lot of key matchups, some divisional stuff, a little bit of exciting for everybody. It starts off with a Thursday night game, Bills and Dolphins. Ooh. My heart wants to say Bills, but my mind is going to say Dolphins, because I think the Dolphins defense is, like he said, going to stand up a little harder against the Buffalo Bills, like they did at the end of their game on Sunday. Dolphins for the win. We're taking them. Seahawks and Patriots. As much as the Patriots got their surprise win in Game 1, I don't think they're going to do that again, per se, against the Seahawks. Geno Smith and the Seahawks, we're taking them. Panthers and Chargers going into Week 3. Chargers looked good on paper, got a little scuffle there at some point. I don't think anyone got suspended, so they'll all be healthy and ready to go. We're going to take Chargers over the Panthers. We're taking them. Colts and Packers. Now, this game is something that we had picked before as a Packer victory. I don't think it's going to play out that same way. I think it's going to be the Colts over the Packers. Without Jordan Love, their team is kind of up in the air for the rest of the season, at least the next 4 to 5 weeks. So Colts, we're taking them. Jets and the Titans, despite what happens tonight, hopefully a W, we'll be getting another one, W, against the Titans on Sunday. Jets, we're taking them. Raiders and Ravens, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. Lamar Jackson back out there, hopefully more confident than he was in the Kansas City game, a little more accurate as well. I'm taking the Ravens over the Raiders. We're taking them. Bengals and Chiefs. Now this game I was like hard deciding before the season started, but after seeing the Bengals play on Sunday, I do not expect them to win against the Kansas City Chiefs. At first I thought, hey, maybe with this new scheme they got going on, something they were going to pull something out, but no, we're taking the Chiefs and moving on. Bears and the Texans. Caleb Williams didn't really perform the way we thought he was going to. They still ended up with a win in week 1, but I don't think they're going to be able to pull that off against Houston in week 2. So we're taking the Texans. Boom, just like that. 49ers and the Vikings. That's going to be a fantastic game to watch. Vikings defense definitely showed up a little bit more than I thought they were going to. Offense even more so without Stephon Diggs. But, wait, no, he's been gone for a long time. Wow. We're going to go 49ers over the Vikings. We're taking them. Giants and the Commanders. That's going to be the loser bowl kind of so far. We're going to take the Commanders over the Giants because the Giants are just going to lose for a while.
More loser bowl.
More losing coming for them. Saints and the Cowboys. This is going to be a fun matchup because this is going to be a shootout. Dak Prescott shows that he's still got an arm, but his defense is more prowess than New Orleans. I got a feeling the Cowboys are going to roll them. Cowboys over the Saints. We're going to take it. The Browns and the Jaguars. Jaguars put up a really good show against Miami, and I was very impressed coming out of the gates. They sputtered there towards the end and then kind of let Miami come back into the game and win. But I don't think they're going to have that same problem. I'm going to say the Jaguars over the Browns, even though the Browns got that hefty defense. I don't think the Browns are going to... I don't think they're going to do it. So we're taking the Jaguars on that one. The Bucks and the Lions. That's going to be a fun game to watch too. Baker Mayfield out here doing his thing. Meanwhile, in Jared Goff up there in Detroit doing his thing. I'm taking the Lions on this one just because Jared Goff's got the better... I feel like he's got the better receivers on his team. Amon St. Brown is okay. He's fast. He's speedy. But he doesn't have... opposite. Mike Evans is okay. He's big. But he doesn't have the speed that Amon St. Brown has. And I got to say, the Lions are going to take that one. Rams and the Cardinals. After watching the Rams play their first one and Cardinals play their first one, I'm going to have to reverse my pick. Originally, I thought Rams were going to take it. But I'm going to say the Cardinals are going to come back and get that one. Kyler Murray's going to shock some people. He's mad he didn't win that first game. Let's see him get week 2. Steelers and Broncos. I didn't watch any of the Broncos game because I didn't think they were going to do anything. I didn't expect them to do anything. They did not do anything. So, Steelers going to roll them next week because they are on a hot streak. They looked good in week 1. They're going to look good in week 2. And the Broncos are just going to make them look great, which is surprising to say about the Steelers right now. And then the final game, Monday night, Falcons at Eagles. That's going to be a fun one to watch. I got a feeling the Falcons are going to push a lot of runs. They're going to rely hard on Bijan Robinson, and it's going to backfire in their face, and the Eagles are going to come out on top. And that's your Week 2 picks from Charlie Waffles, one half of the AFC Eastie boys. Check it out. We'll see how accurate I am coming on next week.
Yeah, buddy. All right, I guess I'll do Goel and do that, and then we have the AFC East predictions. I don't know what you wanted something.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'll be right back. Get him, Goel.
What's up, everybody? Goel in the house. A little raspy from the Dolphin game this weekend. You know, had to show up on defense, had to get loud, had to pump up the crowd. Anyways, so it's only right that we start the week off back home in Miami against the Buffalo Bills. Yes, sir. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be brutal. But guess what? The Dolphins are still going to come away with the win on that one. And then on the 1 o'clock slate, we got the Saints and the Cowboys. Now, I'm not looking at yesterday's performance from the Saints like they're great and they're going to do good because they were playing the Panthers. 47 points on the Panthers, that's it. That's all you could do. We're taking the Cowboys for that one. And then we have Tampa Bay visiting Detroit. Baker Mayfield looked really good yesterday playing with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Detroit, they kind of stumbled and they almost lost that game to the Rams. They had to win it in overtime. So I think we're going with Tampa Bay on this one. And then we have Indianapolis visiting Green Bay. Now, Jordan Love went down on Friday night, very end of the game. Very sad for the Green Bay Packers. They had a lot going for them. Well, now, not so much. I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts on this one, for sure. And then we have the Jets going to Tennessee. This one is going to be an easy game, I believe, for the Jets. Not so easy for Tennessee. They fell apart against Chicago. They let Chicago's defense shut them out, basically blocked a punt, and got an interception for a touchdown. So we're going with the Jets there. And then we have San Francisco visiting Minnesota. Minnesota looked pretty good yesterday, right? But who were they playing? They were playing the Giants, right? All right. I'm not going to let the performance that they did change how I feel about them yet. Let me see you do that again against San Francisco, because I'm taking San Francisco. And then we have the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Patriots. Now this one is questionable. I look at the game from the weekend where the Patriots beat the Bengals, and I wonder, like, is the Patriots really better than we thought? Are they good? Is their defense good enough? I mean, they shut down the Bengals. But I think the Bengals just suck. So we're going with the Seahawks. And then we have the Giants facing the Commanders. Now, everybody plug Terry McLaurin into your fantasy league because the Commanders are walking away with this one. And then we have the Chargers facing the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers don't look good at all. I don't really like the Chargers, but in this one, we're taking the Chargers. And then to finish off the 1 o'clock, oh no, I lied. Got two more 1 o'clock games. So we have Cleveland visiting Jacksonville. Now, after the offensive performance we saw yesterday from Cleveland against Dallas, it didn't look too great. But Jacksonville's offensive performance didn't look too great either. So this is a really tough one to call. I think the Cleveland Browns defense is going to be able to hold Jacksonville to under 17 points. And I do think that Deshaun Watson is going to be able to score more than that. So we're going to go with the Cleveland Browns. And then we have the Raiders visiting the Ravens. Now, we're going with the Ravens. That's an easy pick. Easy pick, guys. Really? Don't got to put much thought into that one. All right, and then we have the Rams visiting the Cardinals. Now, I definitely think the Rams are going to walk away with this one. Granted, Arizona put up some points yesterday against a weak Buffalo defense. I think it was a fluke. I'm not grasping onto it until I see them beat some more good teams with good defenses. We're going with the Rams. And then we have Pittsburgh at Denver. Nothing too much going on in Denver, just like we expected. So we're going with Pittsburgh. And then we have the Bengals visiting the Chiefs. Well, the Bengals suck. Just like we thought. So we're going with the Chiefs. And then we have, for the Sunday night game, we have Chicago visiting the Houston Texans. Now, this game here is going to be a shootout on one side, where the Houston Texans destroy the Chicago Bears. And then for Monday night, we have Atlanta visiting Philadelphia. This is going to be a good game to watch. This is the Battle of the Birds. I honestly think this might be the two top contenders for the NFC, so we get a good preview of this. The way the Falcons performed yesterday, though, we're going with the Eagles. They're going to come out on top. Yeah! And that was week 2, brought to you by Goel. Peace out.
Great job, Goel.
Thanks. Top here. Oh, it's this one here. Bam. That's what they see. They will see us, and we can just go through it. So now we can go through our AFC Eastie Boy predictions. These are the predictions that we made originally. You can go back and look at all the videos that we've released. These are the predictions that we made originally before the season even. This is probably what, like, it's got finished like 2 months before.
2 months before season even started.
Like the first week of training camps, we had our AFC Eastie Boy predictions out, and here we go with week 2. We'll start in the AFC West, North, South, North, AFC North.
Week 2, we got Ravens and Chiefs. We think the Chiefs are going to take... Oh, wait. No. Raiders and Ravens. And we think the Ravens are going to take that one. Week 2, we also got Steelers at Broncos. And we think the Steelers are going to take that one, too. Browns and Jaguars. It looks like we got the Browns to lose to the Jaguars. And Bengals at Chiefs. We had the Bengals winning against the Chiefs.
Now, like I said, that was 2 months before.
2 months before, we had a Bengals winning against the Chiefs. Obviously, we've made our choices as far as me and Goel's concerned, but the AFC Eastie boys, they're going the other way with this one. And that's the AFC North. So then we got the AFC South for week 2, and we've got Bears and Texans, with the Texans coming up with the win. We got the Colts and the Packers, with the Colts losing that one to the Packers. Again, things that might change because of week 1. Jets and Titans. We got the Titans facing a loss there to the Jets. Browns and Jaguars. We got the Jaguars coming up with a win over the Browns. AFC West, week 2. Bengals and Chiefs. We already talked about that.
Chiefs victory.
Chiefs going to be the winners, but we have it marked down here as a loss. As the AFC Eastie boys.
Right, a loss.
We were expecting a lot more from Joe Burrow and them. Chargers and Panthers. We think the Chargers were going to win that one. Raiders and Ravens. We think the Raiders are going to lose that one. Steelers and Broncos. We think the Broncos are going to lose that one. And then we go to the AFC East. One of my favorite ones. I know it's your favorite one.
Yeah.
Buffalo at Miami. Miami's going to win that one, according to the AFC Eastie boys. And everybody else.
Everybody else, too.
Jets and Titans. Jets are going to win. Buffalo at Miami. Miami's going to lose.
No, Buffalo lose.
I know, I just wanted to say it. Buffalo's going to lose. Seahawks at Patriots. We got the Patriots going down with an L, even though we were wrong in week 1.
L, I know.
L.
Remember what I said on draft night? Imagine if the Patriots come out and
just win 4 straight
when they're not supposed to.
Let's not talk about that. We're going to pretend that doesn't happen, or that's not an existing prediction.
I'm just saying.
Then we jump to the NFC. We got Bucks and Lions, with Lions losing to the Bucks. San Francisco at Vikings, with the Vikings losing to San Francisco. Colts at Packers, with the Packers winning. Hey, good luck with that now.
The Texans beating
Bears and Texans winning. NFC South, Tampa at the Lions. Tampa's going to come up with a W. Saints and Dallas. Saints are going to lose that one to Dallas. Falcons and Eagles. Falcons are going to lose that one to the Eagles. Panthers at Chargers. Panthers are going to lose that one to the Chargers. NFC East, we're going into the Falcons at the Eagles. Eagles going to take the win. Saints and Dallas. Dallas going to take the win. Giants at Commanders. Giants are going to lose. Giants are going to lose again and again and again.
And again.
And
one more time again.
And then, and then the Giants at the Commanders. The Commanders are going to win. The Commanders are going to win. So we'll see that. NFC West. Got the San Francisco 49ers going against the Vikings. We already said the Vikings are going to lose, so San Fran pulls out the W. Rams and the Cardinals. I think we talked about that one. I think that's the only one we haven't heard yet. Rams and Cardinals. Rams are going to lose. Cardinals are going to win. Seahawks at Patriots.
Seahawks win. Yeah.
Seahawks win. Rams at Cardinals. Rams lose.
And that's it.
And that's your week 2 predictions from the AFC Eastie boys
AFC
that we made 2 months
Eastie
before the
boys.
season started. 2 months before the season started.
And there's 3 games there that might be wrong because of injuries. Already going to be wrong because of injuries.
3 games that could change because of week 1 injuries and stats just in general.
So tonight, it's a big game, right?
Tonight we got a very big game. It's
You wanna switch back to the video.
Yeah.
Go down to the bottom. Hit the blue Streamlab button. And then switch to
We're learning.
go here and hit that eyeball.
All right. Tonight we got a big game. San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets meeting in California. Aaron Rodgers, home state. It's going back to Cali. I think the Jets are going to come up with a W on this game. It's going to be a hard-fought game. Breece Hall's going to get 80-plus rushing yards. Garrett Wilson's going to have over 100 receiving yards. Rodgers going to throw for 320. 320, 2 touchdowns. 1 to Breece, 1 to Garrett. Those are my predictions for what's going to happen on the Jets side of the ball. As for the 49ers, Christian McCaffrey going into it with a relatively injured leg there. He's dealing with ACL issues. So they're going to try and lean on him. Hopefully they don't lean too hard and break that leg, you know what I mean?
Right.
That could be a big problem for San Francisco, being as half of their offense was run right through Christian McCaffrey. With those underthrows, those rushes, they get Brandon Ayuk a chance to get open out there in the backfield. But I got a feeling. Jets going to come up victorious.
He's got
victorious.
a feeling. He's got a feeling.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight.
Hey, don't act on that feeling, bro.
I think my alarm's going off. Let me go check my alarm. Go Jets. W.
Yes, so the last game of the week 1 slot is tonight. Jets visiting the San Francisco 49ers. It's going to be a very interesting game to watch for sure. Hope everybody won their fantasy league or their weeks or their week 1 picks. I know I'm doing well. He threw my hat on the ground. He's about to be fired. He's about to be fired. I'm trying to think what else we got on the slate to talk about. Let me see if I can pull up my pictures. Alright, so let's put it on that. Bomb. Tyreek Hill. Anyways, alright, so it's hot as fuck out here. AFC Eastie boys. That was your AFC Eastie cap.
Warm.
It is hot. It is hot. We're going to have to work on figuring something out for these Monday shows. Because down here in sunny South Florida, it is always hot at this
It'd be nice
time.
if we had a fan right here just blowing right on our faces, cooling us down. Or even like, one of them little Mister fans that they have in the
Mister fans.
restaurants. Those are nice.
Yeah. We'll put the Amazon wish list down below. Y'all can hit that link. Go
Send
ahead
us a
and send
Mister
it.
fan. I'll hook it up.
Send
We'll put
to
it.
you. We'll give you a shout out. All that good
Definitely.
stuff. Don't forget, we still got something for that 1,000th subscriber when we get there. Hopefully, we'll get there by the end of the season with y'all's help. It's totally free. All you gotta do is click a couple buttons, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously.
And as for all our fantasy brethren in our league, good luck tonight. I'm the only one that's really counting on things to go my way.
I know the Yag is really hoping that Christian McCaffrey gets his leg fully broken.
For real. And
He's sitting there. He's sitting there in the lead with 35 points right now, comfortably in the lead. Well, not so comfortably because Christian McCaffrey's
still got to play.
And he could put up 36 points easily.
It's not a hard thing to do. And I just need my team to perform on both sides of the ball so that we can end up coming back from my deficit of 100 points right now. I got 100 points riding on this game.
Yeah, but you got, what, 6 people to play?
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I got 6 people playing. Let's go Debo.
So
let's
like
go. Let's go Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Let's go Aaron Rodgers.
If
all
Aaron
right.
Rodgers can put up like 25 points and Garrett Wilson put up 20 points, you should be good.
The real question is, I'm gonna put a comment down in the link below or whatever in a comment asking, who do you think I should have played, Aaron Rodgers or Brock Purdy? I got both of those quarterbacks,
another
and
question.
One of them's got to go on the bench.
Another question you can ask him is if you should bench your defense or not.
And yeah, should I bench my defense? I got the Jets defense playing against Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Should I just not play with the defense? I'll get 0 points, but it could be better than getting negative points.
Yeah.
If Brock Purdy and them boys put up numbers on us, then I could end up with negative 10.
Yeah, so he has lots of decisions to make in the next hour or two, next 3 or so hours, about until kickoff is 8:15. So yeah, you got about 3.5 hours.
Hit me with some comments and see if you pick the same strategy that I do going into this game tonight.
Definitely let us know what y'all would do. Peace out. It's been fun. We'll see you next week.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe anyways.
Anyways.